Hey everybody, my name is Jessie, and I'm here today on Wednesday again to bring you another live stream with the Rocky Mountain Raptor program here in Fort Collins, Colorado. And so at the Rocky Mountain Raptor program, we focus on the rehabilitation of injured raptors, research that goes along with that, and also education and outreach. And so that allows me to be here to bring this awesome information to you guys virtually still at this moment. But as we get to move into summer, maybe we'll get to see a little bit more in person. And so today, I wanted to give you a crash course in golden eagles. Golden eagles are known to be here in Colorado year-round, and so we're very fond of them here at the Rocky Mountain Raptor program, and we also have 2 permanently disabled educational ambassador golden eagles here with us. And so golden eagles get their name from this very prominent nape marking that they get right on the back of their neck. And so, as you can see in the pictures here, it does give that nice golden highlight. And so that is how they get their name. And so moving forward, actually those 2 pictures I'd like to note, those are the Golden Eagle educational ambassador that'll be with us here today, so stay tuned for him. I love those photographs. Very stoic in both of them. And so one thing about golden eagles as well is that their feet, which I have here, some specimens for you, are known to be booted. And so I find this to be a really fun little note because I enjoy fashion sense. And so I like to think that the golden eagles have their boots on. They also enjoy their fashion sense. And so just an example here on these feet, you can see how the feathers are going to go all the way down here to about the tip of where the toes start. They don't quite cover the entire toes here as they would if they were on an owl per se, but you can see, especially with the pictures up that I have of a red-tailed hawk with no boots on, completely clear legs. Those feathers don't quite make it all the way down. And then the golden eagle beneath, you can see how they do travel all the way down right until the foot here. And so that's what you'll get to see on our golden eagle here in a moment, but that's one way to tell the difference between golden eagles and some other birds is that booted factor. And I also have here an artifact of a skull. And so you can see with the beak just how curved and really sharp that one is going to be for all of their behaviors that they need in the wild, ripping and tearing and catching of food. And so I also have an egg. And if you've been following us on Facebook at all, you will note that one of our educational ambassadors, she has started laying eggs. And so this is about the size that they're going to get. It's a pretty big bird, so we are going to see a large egg. And so with this one particularly, with our educational ambassador here, so she's not quite the maternal type, being a permanently disabled educational ambassador here with us. And so these are infertile eggs as well. They're not going to hatch chicks, but it is something, part of the natural process that their bodies go through. And we really like to encourage this behavior. It shows that they're very comfortable here with us in human care, and we are able to leave the eggs with the bird. And this gives the bird the chance to just exhibit any of those natural behaviors, and even if they don't, it'll stop her body from doing what's called reclutching, which is sometimes can happen if the eggs are taken away, her body will produce more. And so that can be kind of strenuous on the bird. It does take a lot of energy and is not generally recommended, especially if the educational ambassadors are on the older side. So everybody gets to keep their eggs until they see fit. And so now I'd like to introduce to you our educational golden eagle with us today. He's a male, and generally the males are going to be a little bit smaller than the females, and so you can definitely see the difference between our 2 here at the center. He was a nestling in 1994, and so he is as old as I am. I just had my birthday in March. I turned 27, and I think that's really fun to see the eagle here is the same age as I am, and he's definitely showing a lot better than I am. I'd say they get to around 35 in the wild. That sounds about right, and so he's getting up there, but in human care, they do tend to live with us a little bit longer. And so he was found at the base of a cliff as he was just a fledgling, and there was a nest above him, so we're unsure if maybe he fell out of the nest or if he was attempting his first flight and didn't quite make it, but he did fracture his wing, and even with the care he was given, he was unable to fully recover his flight. And so he does spend his time here with us at the Rocky Mountain Raptor program, giving educational programs just like I'm doing right now. So it's great to have him here. He's an awesome addition to anything we ever do. And you will see these birds soaring along the grasslands. It's generally where they're going to find their prey, and they do nest in the cliffs. And so, as I mentioned before, he was found on the cliffside, but that's where they nest. And so Western U.S., you're going to see them. They can also be found in Asia, Northern Africa, and even Europe. And he is loving lunch today. I do believe he's got some rat, which is really nutritious and a great meal for these guys. And you can see how he's using his feet to hold that food down. And he's ripping and tearing with the beak that I was able to show you earlier. So I love the biofacts. They give you a little bit of a closer look at what we're actually seeing with the bird here. And so to encourage the ripping and tearing and the grabbing with their feet that we see in daily life, we give the birds what is called enrichment. And so enrichment is generally anything that is going to elicit that natural behavior that we would see in the wild, that we had skinned in food preparation. And this is just a great example of using every piece of the animal. Generally, our raptors, they can eat bone, fur, etc. But some people some raptors, right, have a special dietary needs. And so if it does need skinned, we can really just gives them that ripping and tearing opportunity. And so the middle picture here is with a dog toy made for the heavy chewers. And you can tell that he's interested, he's engaged, he's using his feet to really hold on to that. And my personal favorite, the head of lettuce. And so this is getting shredded as well. It'll really give him that natural behavior that we like to see and keep his talons not necessarily shaved down, but a little bit filed. We do a little bit of that on our own care, but this really helps to give them that natural response to things. And so as you can see with the eating, he's having his ripping and tearing, that natural response behavior to the food there. And I think he's got a little bit more. He's definitely looking for it. We like to see, that's what we like to see. Yep, he's enjoying that very much so. And so one other thing I just want to mention before we head out here for today is the difference between bald eagles and golden eagles. And so you know the difference, right, when you see a grown bald eagle, but in their juvenile stages, they don't quite have that prominent white head and the white tail. And so here's a photograph of an immature bald eagle, approximately 2 to 3 years old, I would guess. And you can kind of see how they don't quite have the full white head and white tail. And so if you want to switch back to the golden that we have here with us, you can see a little bit of those similarities, but you can also tell that the little bit of difference between the nose on the bald eagle, that beak is going to be a lot bigger, and they don't quite have that golden nape. So keep your eyes peeled as you're out and about and birding, and make sure you can tell the difference next time you see them. So thank you for joining us today. We will be here every Wednesday. Make sure to like and subscribe to the YouTube page so that you don't miss any more updates, and check us out on Facebook as we will be updating you with Raptor information there as well. Have a great day.